Hello students, this is Madhumita ma'am, your English teacher for the session 2020-21. Very surprisingly, the health crisis of COVID-19 is becoming a pandemic across the globe, and subsequently we are unable to resume normal classes. Some of you must not have bought books yet. For them, I'll be sharing the textbook on my channel. Well, students, today let us start with Flamingo, the textbook for class 12 English, and we will be taking the first lesson, that is, the last lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Before we start the lesson, I would like to ask a few questions. What role does our mother tongue play in our lives? What happens when we are prohibited to speak or use our own language with our own people? Can you give some instances when it really occurred in human history? Children, we all know mother tongue plays a very important role in our lives. It is the language in which we express ourselves the best. Our mother tongue is our identity. We also know how the British destroyed our Vedic education and imposed English education on our culture during the colonial time. We are going to read a story with a similar theme when the French people lost the right to get education in their own language when their country was dominated by the German people. Now, let us know about the author. Children, you can see the image of the author on your screen. He is Alphonse Daudet. He was born in 1840 and died in 1897. A French novelist and short story writer. He is mainly known for his sentimental tales of provincial life in the south of France. Now, let us go to the setting of the story. The last lesson is set in the days of the Franco-Prussian War, 1870-71, in which France was defeated by Prussia, led by Bismarck. Children, the full name of Bismarck is Otto von Bismarck, the German statesman who masterminded in the unification of Germany in 1871 and served as the first chancellor until 1890. You can see the image of Otto von Bismarck on your screen. Now, coming to the theme of the story. The lesson revolves around the language and its importance to the citizens of a country. The lesson depicts how, after defeating France in the war, the Prussians wanted to rule over not only the territories of France but also over the minds and hearts of the people. The story also emphasizes the fact that we value something only after we lose it. French repents for not paying any attention to learning his mother tongue, whereas M. Hamel, the French teacher, feels anguish for not taking enough care to make the French people of Alsace and Lorraine realize the importance of their language. The lesson also emphasizes the fact that it's our own mother tongue which gives us our identity, respect, and freedom. M. Hamel points out that French language is the most beautiful language in the world. He advises the people to cling to their language as only the language can liberate them from any foreign domination. Now, children will be reading from the textbook. Hope you are sitting with your textbook open, and for those who don't have textbook, you can see the PDF on the screen. The last lesson. I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of scolding especially because M. Hamel had said that he would question us on participles, and I didn't know the first word about them. For a moment, I thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. It was so warm, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, and in the open field, back of the sawmill, the Prussian soldiers were drilling. It was all much more tempting than the rule for participles, but I had the strength to resist and hurried off to school. Children, here I stand for the narrator, who is a small boy, a young boy, whose name is French. And French was very much reluctant to go to school as he finds more beauty, a more entertaining uh, uh, entertainment in the nature than going to school. Now, that very day when French he started going for school, he was in great fear of getting a lot of scolding from his teacher, his French teacher, whose name is M. Hamel, because M. Hamel had already told the previous day that he was going to ask questions on participles, and French did not know a word about it. So the first thought came to his mind that whether I should go to school or skip it, because it was a bright day, a sunny day, it was warm, the birds were chirping, and he could even see the Prussian soldiers were practicing in the open field of the sawmill. It was very alluring for him then, knowing the rule of participles. But somehow he registered himself and hurried off to school. He almost ran for the school. Children, today let me do only the first paragraph of the lesson. All of you read the lesson, and if you have any doubts, we will clear it in our next class. Thank you.